Alright guys, today we're playing Joe and Matt Caveman Ninja. This game was just released on GOG March 2nd, and it's basically a re-release of the classic game that we all played in the 1990s at the arcade. If you notice, the game style here is similar to what you'd expect for arcade. You put in coins, you play the game, and you can play with yourself or play by yourself or play with a friend, provided you have at least one controller. And this is the same, I guess, classic gameplay as you would have had back in 1991, minus the old CRT screens. And the difficulty certainly is a good representation of that. This is one of the games released under the Retro Classics label, and it doesn't disappoint. It's everything I remember playing this when I was a kid. I would have been 13 at the time when this game came out and would have played it in an arcade, I'm sure. But it's certainly a far cry from what we've expected or what we've seen lately in terms of platforming games, where this game's hard. You know, it's certainly not a precision platformer, but yes, even though you have a big life bar, it's really not that big at all. So I'll let you watch the gameplay here and you can see how bad I am. It's been a long time since I played, well, pretty much anything like this, especially from this era. And it certainly doesn't point if you want that classic feel, classic, we'll say frustration of playing a game like this from that age. I mean, our controllers have come a long ways, so it's certainly better than it would have ever been in the arcade. But it still gives you a certain level of frustration. Like, I mean, I played it here for this video for about 10 minutes, and that's good enough for me for now. So price-wise, this game you're looking at about $6 Canadian, which is inexpensive. And if it lets you relive the past, you know, maybe introduce your kids to this game if they never played it, or, you know, just a way to have some nostalgia about the olden days. So without boring you with my voice here, I'll let you watch the gameplay, see how bad it is. It's the first two levels here, and we'll talk about it a little bit towards the end of this video. Version of Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja. Very authentic arcade style of both difficulty and, well, of this game. I mean, it would have came out in 1991, back in the days of arcades, and that's where most of us, if you're kind of my age, would have played it. And it still has that same arcadey feel, same arcade level difficulty, and pretty authentic to what the game was back in the 90s. So this game's available on GOG right now, and it's under $6 Canadian, so quite affordable if you want to have relive that nostalgia of playing video games in the arcade, and back, already 30 years ago, which is crazy. So if you played this game, leave a comment in the comment section below, whether it was the Retro Classics version here that you can get on GOG, or maybe back in the day in the arcade, or I know I played Joe and Mac on consoles as well. So I'm sure there's some of you out there watching right now that have done that too. So thank you for watching today. We will catch you in the next video.